Hey guys, Robin Robbins here, founder of Technology Marketing Toolkit.com, where we specialize in working with IT service providers to get more and better quality clients. And I wanted to shoot this video. It's kind of an impromptu video. I'm completely going off script here. I'm just standing in front of a camera and talking to you guys, but it was kind of interesting. I was reading over the survey results that we got back from the last couple of road shows that we did. So some of you know I've been doing this tour. I've been doing 6 cities across the United States where I'm going, and we're doing these 2-day marketing deep dives for our clients. And we're surveying people, and one of the questions I'm asking people is, what's the single best idea or strategy that you got coming to roadshow? And the answer's kind of surprising me. It's not actually a campaign. I mean, some people are mentioning a campaign or two, but overwhelmingly 70% of the people writing a response to that are saying the single biggest benefit they're getting is motivation. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how to frame it, because they don't exactly say. Some of them do say motivation. Some of them are saying it's helping me get refocused. It's got me re-excited about my business. It's given me hope just coming to these 2 days. So you would think that maybe, one of the campaigns that I gave them that was going to help them get more clients, that's what they would name. But again, by and large, what they're saying is, they're seeing that motivation as being really key. And it made me think about a book. I got this book off my shelf. It's one that I've read. As you can see, I mean, if you look, there's like all kinds of notes and highlights and post-it notes that are in here. It's one of my favorite books. It's called Change or Die. And it was written by a man named Alan Deutschman. And Alan is a reporter, and he actually started to research, why do people change their behaviors? Why do they change their habits? Because everything you want in life, better health, lose weight, more money, more success in business, all of it in some manner can be tied back to your daily habits, what you do and what you don't do. And so actually in the book, they start out talking about heart patients, and they're saying, imagine if a doctor came to you and said, you need to change your ways or you will take a dirt nap. Not maybe, not figuratively, literally, you've got to change your eating behaviors, you got to change your exercise, lack of exercise, or you will die. With that message, that severe, that final of a message, that certainty of dying, how many people actually change their behaviors? Now, when I ask an audience this, typically they'll say, I would think everybody would change. Here's the odds. 9 to 1 that you will not change. 9 to 1. Even when faced with this certainty that you will have a heart attack and you will die if you don't change your behaviors. So that's why he wrote this book, and that's why it's called Change or Die. It's based on this research that they did, and they found what actually does help people change their behaviors so they get a different result in life. And it comes down to 3 things. I'm going to give you the shortened version of the book, but I would recommend go and buy the book, because it's a really good book, worth reading. Number 1, there's 3 things you need to do to change your behavior. First of all, is you got to reframe. Okay, reframe. And what do I mean by reframe? And I'll put it in terms of marketing, because I use this actually as part of the roadshow. And when I'm talking to clients and we're talking about, okay, you bought the toolkit, you enrolled in my program, or you did something, you took some action to try and get better results. You wanted more clients, better clients, more sales, more profits, right? And you got all the tools, you got the toolkit, you've got all the coaching, you got my team here to help you, yet you're still not doing marketing. Why is that? And a large part is because of the way you frame yourself. I hear it over and over again. Robin, I'm a tech. I'm not a sales guy. I don't even like to sell. I'm not a marketer. I don't have time. You know what? It's BS. It's because you think you are a tech and you don't think you can do marketing and sales. It's based in fear. And even in the book, they say a lot of people stick with their beliefs because of their ego. It's sort of a defense of the ego, because admitting that, hey, maybe I could be good at sales means that you actually have to go then sell, and then you own the responsibility of making your business successful. Because if you say, well, Robin, I'm just a technician, I'm not good at selling, it's kind of like giving yourself an excuse to get off the hook. So first of all, if any change has to happen, you got to reframe the way you're looking at it. You got to reframe that you don't think of yourself as a tech, but as an entrepreneur. And guess what? Entrepreneurs are salespeople. They're marketers. Because without sales and marketing, without someone who's going to write you a check for what you do, you don't have a business. Period. Okay? And everybody that I've talked to in business, the number one thing they're struggling with is we need to get more sales and more profits. If you had more money, if you had more sales, you could hire more people. You could make life easier. I mean, anyone who tells you that money doesn't solve all the problems, they're full of what. Because money, it doesn't solve everything in life, but it solves a hell of a lot of problems you're dealing with. Because if you can write a check, you can no longer have a problem, right? I mean, it's just like me. I mean, I just came from my house. I have a personal chef that comes in and cooks our meals and cleans up and does the grocery shop. I got someone who cleans our house. I've got a nanny to help with the kids. I've got this help, and it's because I can write a check. My life can be less stressful. I can spend more time, quality time, just relaxing or being with my kids. Why? Because I can write the damn check. And I'm not saying that to brag. It's not about bragging. It's about being able to generate the revenue and the profits that you need to have so you can make your life easier, so you can hire really top quality people because you can pay them enough, right? Things like that are really important. So, you got to reframe the way you think about yourself if you're in business. Number 2, after you reframe, you've got to relate. All right? What does that mean? Relate means you got to get around other people who are going to support you. Quite simply, you need a coach, or you need a support group. You need a mastermind group. Because if you're hanging around people who are not successful, who are not entrepreneurs, who are not salespeople, who are not marketers, if you're surrounded by people, some of them maybe even in your company that are, Debbie Downers, they don't believe the marketing's going to work. They look at it and go, oh, that's all hokey. That'll never work. The marketplace will never respond to that. I mean, you're not relating with people that are going to help you. Think about it with losing weight. If you wanted to lose weight, would you do better being at home, not being around people who maybe are exercising or being fit, maybe your spouse or your kids or whatever, maybe they don't work out, that's fine. But if you need to, don't you think you'd be better off if you went to a class and you went and hung out with other people who were working out and exercising with you, who you had a coach who's going to show up and kind of push you and nudge you? Well, of course you're going to get a better result because you're relating to people who are going through the same challenge, the same pain, the same angst. I mean, my trainer is a CrossFit trainer. Will's one of the best in the world at CrossFit. He competes in the games. And when Will shows up, I don't have a choice. I got to work hard. It's just, he exudes the energy and the enthusiasm and a can-do, and he exudes the grind gene. He puts it on me, makes me go that extra rep or that extra set or work out when I don't want to. And I need that. So we need to relate to people who are going to help us make this change, whether it's a coach or a mastermind group. And then third thing is you need repetition. Repeat. Okay? Because if you want success in anything, it's not a one-off, all right? You can't go to the gym once and expect to lose weight. You can't run for a minute on a treadmill and expect to be able to run a marathon, all right? You got to be able to repeat. Same with marketing. You need consistency. You need repetition. Anybody can have success once, but really, truly successful people can be consistent in success. They can consistently produce results, not once in a while. Anybody, even a stop clock is right twice a day, for God's sake. But to be able to be successful in business, you need to be consistent, you need repetition, and you need repetition of relating with the right people and thinking about the right things. Because, all of this is how change is made. And you can read this book. I didn't come up with this. I think this is just a brilliant book on how do you change ingrained, really bad behaviors that are getting you where you are today. Because think about this, folks. No matter where you are today in your business, no matter where you are financially, no matter where you are in your health, in your relationships, it's all backed into decisions that you have made every single day consistently for the last week, for the last month, for the last year, for the last 10 years. Wherever you are in your business, again, financially, think back to all the little decisions you're making every single day, your daily habits, and that's adding up to where you are, whether that's successful or not successful, okay? So I just wanted to share this with you on the blog post. I hope this is beneficial. And I'll tell you what, if you will write a comment below, I'll even I'll buy you a book. So if you make a comment, just make sure you email my office with the comment with your address, because just because you put a comment doesn't mean I know who you are or where to mail this book to. But so leave a comment and then email it to my office, and I'll say the first 25 of you who leave a comment about this video, what your thoughts are, I'll buy you a copy of the book and I'll send it to you. But it's an awesome book. Make sure you get it, read it, and then really think about where you are today and where you need to, how you could reframe, where you can relate to people who are, successful, who are in your business, who are doing it, who are marketers, who made the transition, and then how are you going to get that repetition to have success? So please, again, leave a comment below. First 25, I'll buy a copy of the book. Make sure you email my office. God bless. And here's to making some positive change in your life.